That's a very specific thing that is obviously good.
Mm-hmm.
But like the biggest list of like good things to be in the Bible is the Matthew 5 Beatitudes.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry for offending you, Lucy.
Am I coming through?
Hello? Somewhat? Bit low?
I wonder.
Oh,
Hold on here. It's probably accessing the wrong microphone. I don't know how to change it.
Yeah, I don't think it's the one that's in front of you.
How do I
go to
change
your
that?
settings.
Clickety.
There's a settings option down at the.
Yeti!
And
That's why I
you should be
made
able to see
Benjamin's
which
camera
microphone
big
is
because I wanted to see the
accessing.
cat.
Is this better?
Yeah,
Ooh, yes.
there you
There
go.
we go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Rich.
Nice. Ah.
Rich mellifluous baritone.
Oh.
Whoa. And
I
a
just want-
kitty!
Oh,
I just
Pussy
wanted to
bag.
say I'm specifically here to attack Andrew with ad hominems and shill my books.
all right. There we go.
I'm just kidding.
Andrew's
I don't-
gay.
Andrew, I don't mean to give you a hard time.
Yeah, no
I come
worries.
across as an asshole in the chat. I'm sorry. That's not how I mean.
No
That's
worries.
not how I
I
mean
just
it to be.
I think we just had a miscommunication. I was trying
Maybe
to
so.
help
Hi,
articulate
baby.
Patrick's thoughts, and you thought that maybe I was trying to put forth specific definitions and say exactly what addiction is or isn't.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's
talking
not,
about-
that's not what I was trying to do.
Talking
Yeah.
about Twitter being a horrible medium, so is YouTube chat for trying to get a point across.
For sure.
Because
Yeah.
what you were talking about was 5 minutes ago, and I finally caught up and figured out what to say, and then I said it wrong.
YouTube chat is
no
always
worries.
good.
I think Andrew is more interested in getting you a new keyboard because that's a membrane keyboard.
Yeah,
YouTube
no,
chat is
that's-
great for calling
Mine?
Stitch and Adams guests
Yeah.
stupid.
It's,
That's what it's good for. YouTube
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah.
Andrew was
Hi,
just trying to
baby
help me.
kitty.
Andrew
This
was trying
guy's an
to help me
idiot.
with
Why'd
my
you even have
words.
him on?
So I missed like the last 5 minutes while I was trying to get this all going. I'm
You
a
didn't miss
tech
anything.
retard, so
No.
We were
You
talking
missed
I don't know what we're
Absolutely
talking about currently. I don't even know.
You guys were
don't know why I'm
talking
here.
about fables.
Oh, yeah,
Fables
yeah.
are gay.
We were. I zoned out for like 5 minutes. So we're on the same page.
I was also
Benjamin. I'm with you,
Patrick
Benjamin.
and
I
I
just
are the
tuned
same
in.
animal.
Patrick is still amazed that The Lion King is based off Hamlet. He had no
I'm like-
idea.
Right?
He had no idea that he had seen.
Oh, wait, was
Shakespeare.
it King Lear or Hamlet? I can't remember.
Hamlet.
It's Hamlet. It's Hamlet.
Maybe-
Oh, little
maybe
baby,
it
I
is.
can't get over your
I thought that would be
Her
more
name is
common
Baby.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a name, baby.
Her name is
Yeah, because
Baby.
Hamlet's the one with the evil uncle
Baby.
and the girl that he neglects till she kills herself.
Ophelia. Yeah. Oh, that's such a tragedy. That whole thing.
I didn't like her. I was happy when she killed herself.
You weren't doing Ophelia?
I feel like that is
If
like Calvin is a mix of Doomer and Rags.
Let's get this.
That's what I'm getting.
your do-rags.
Ain't nobody like me but me.
don't
Do rag.
don't forget llamas with hats.
Yeah, llamas with hats. I'm Carl from Llamas with Hats. That's
Yeah.
the character that I play.
Thought
Exactly.
Patrol. If enough cats walk on a keyboard, will they eventually write Shakespeare? Yes.
I don't eat hands. That is
Or
my
li-
least favorite.
Or
thing to
Lion
do.
King, whichever comes first.
Right.
I
Yeah,
like
well,
that. I
I've been
like the Lion
fascinated with
King.
speaking of Aesop's fables. I've been fascinated with it for years. It was always sparked my childhood imagination. It was kids' books and stuff back in the day,
Yeah.
illustrated and whatnot. And I'm like, that needs an update. That needs like a psychological explanation of the principles involved and why we know today they function the way they do. Be it about human nature, cognitive distortions. That's where I'm going with it. I've got an 1800s book of about 350 Aesop's fables. And I'm gonna winnow it down a little bit right now. Right now it's about 510 pages. I'm not even done going through I'm about halfway through the fables. I'm like, this cannot be a 1,000-page book, so I'm gonna cut at least half of it. That's the editorial
Part
process
one,
is
part
huge.
two.
Right? Well,
Yes, that's
maybe,
what I was gonna
maybe,
say.
maybe I turn it into 2 books. Maybe.
Yeah, 2 books.
It'll be part of my forthcoming series. It'll be the introductory edition of A Wizard's Guide to XYZ, and it'll start with Aesop's fables.
There you go.
That's my thing. So,
How do you go about writing a book? I've tried it. I can't get more than 2 sentences.
Well, I'm learning that process myself right now. So far, the 16 works of historical dream literature that I have reproduced are all the works of previous authors, edited, repackaged in a new, in my opinion, enhanced form, highly footnoted, all that good stuff. So I've not written a full original text yet. So how to be a writer, I'll let you know when I get there.
Brandon
You
Sanders
could always
has some wonderful lectures
Right?
on YouTube.
He does, and Jordan Peterson has a self-authoring suite you could try.
Oh,
I've
okay.
actually
What
Well,
you
got-
that's more
also
about
do-
writing your own future than how to write a book.
I've got
But
that.
fair enough.
That's the start.
I'll do that. I'll come
That's
back
a
to you
start.
guys. I'll be talking. Oh my God, have you seen the new Sports Illustrated? It was disgraceful. I'm gonna write
You're
about it with my
reading
new
it.
acquired knowledge. What?
No, Calvin, though. In all seriousness, what you could do is you could get some dictation software that'll record
Yeah.
down your
Speech to text.
thoughts, speech to
Yeah.
text, exactly. And then you just rant and rave as much as you want about the kind of thing. And then use Chat GPT as an initial editor. And then you go through and edit it again. And then maybe hand it off to somebody on Fiverr to do a third pass.
Well,
yeah.
So that you can,
Sorry.
so that you can just streamline everything, so you don't have to be doing all the heavy lifting. I know that for me, going from my brain directly to text is very difficult.
Same.
So I haven't done that to write a book or anything, but I know that when I'm doing videos, which I'm still working on, some of my earlier ones, is that just I set OBS to record and I just ramble, and then I find out what I have, and then I re-record and that kind of thing.
Yeah, Andrew said just whip out your dictation machine and start pounding away at it.
There you go. Yeah.
That's
He
lesson
told me the
one.
same thing, but his audio was a little choppy, so I misunderstood. We had a completely different kind of conversation after that. But
I think your videos are great, Andrew. I always post them to the Laser Addicts chat.
Oh, thanks.
It's just that the issue I had is I guess I don't have an inner monologue or something like other people do, because I don't
You're
think
an
of
NPC?
words. I have two theories about life. Either I'm the only person that's conscious and everyone else is like an NPC, or I'm an NPC in a world full of I'm like a blank from Warhammer 40K.
Does
So
anyone
either
else
I'm-
question if they're an
There you go.
NPC?
Yeah, so either I'm like a very rare NPC,
I
or
think
everyone
that
else is
means
an
that you're
NPC.
an NPC.
You think so?
Only an
I think so.
NPC would. Wait,
think
no,
so.
NPCs don't consider themselves. They don't have the capacity.
I don't see it
Mhm.
possible that I have like the same amount of soul as the normal person. So either I'm the only one with a soul, or everyone else has a soul and I don't.
Oh my god, I can't handle it. I'm sorry. The way she's like, yeah, hi. I give you that. She's just
You loving
like,
it? This is the most
"Aw."
needy cat you've ever met in your life. Sorry.
Wait,
She's like
can-
Daisy.
can we just stop for a second? Lady Cameron said that she doesn't have an internal monologue.
He.
Oh, he?
Or
I'm-
she. I don't know.
I don't
Lady
wanna-
Cameron is now Lady
They-
Cameron.
I'm not looking to
They-
misgender
You
anybody.
changed my name to Do Rags.
I like to.
I didn't know you
No.
could do that.
I
don't know
have
what-
the power.
All right.
I don't know what that's like to not have my thoughts continuously rendered into words in my head.
How
I
can
know-
you write?
I
Yeah.
know I'm
Yeah.
thinking something, but it's not
Like,
like it's not like words, and it's definitely not pictures. I can't do pictures in my head.
Well,
I'm
this-
making-
this-
So
Cool.
constantly
I'm
berating
making
you if you don't have an internal monologue.
I make well. I still hate myself. Don't worry.
Okay.
You got to have
my,
goals.
My brain is making some sort of calculation, but it's not the way that other people describe their internal monologue. So I don't know what it is.
This might be an interesting time to jump into the idea of dreams, and it just inspired me to think of that because
I don't dream.
Weirdo.
I believe
You-
I believe we all do, but what we consider dreams are those images and experiences we remember. Oh, I had a dream, and I think that's
No, I mean I
fair
have
characterization.
chronic night terrors, but I don't have like normal dreams.
Gotcha.
Wow,
Okay,
use
so
that.
you are
that's a
having
big difference.
So-
some kind of nocturnal dream experience. Fair enough.
Sure, yeah. It's just like it's like crazy real. So I don't think when I'm during the day, but I do dream, and they're all nightmares.
Oh, it's terrible. We
Do you
should
dream in words
we should
or
talk.
pictures?
Yeah.
Yes, please go on his stream.
I don't hear
or
audio
on-
in my dreams. I don't hear audio.
I have
like-
a friend that dreams in
Most
black and white,
NPCs can't.
and it's always at night.
I don't know if it's in black and white, but I don't like one of the biggest things in my dreams is that people will move their mouths and there won't be words coming out.
Interesting. That's a very unique kind of experience. Yeah. Well, just
Wow.
to the broader point.
And
before I
I'll
lose it,
I'll
'cause I'm
try to
gonna
move my
forget.
mouth and words won't come out. So it's a very horrifying experience like that.
Yes, it is.
Wish that was real
Yeah,
life.
we should definitely talk. But the thing I wanted to bring up is I'm developing a theory, and I can't say that someone else hasn't thought of it before. I'm always rediscovering the wheel, so to speak. But I believe what's happening when we're dreaming is that is the unfiltered experience of our thoughts as they happen. Like what the experience of what it is like to experience thinking itself. It's these images and symbols, and then what we do with our conscious mind is translate it into words and schema and concepts and different things that make more sense, but that actually our stream of consciousness is continuous. We're just aware of it when we're awake and experiencing it passively when we're asleep. And then sometimes we remember it, and that's what we call dreams. I had a point to all that, but that was where I was going originally, was
So-
explaining that concept.
So what you're saying is that my undying paranoia and rage is a cause of me suppressing my chronic night terrors that I have every night, and when I'm awake, I'm still having the night terrors, but it's happening subconsciously.
What it is you are you seem to be getting an unfiltered view at your recurrent, I won't say compulsive or obsessive thoughts, but it's in that vein of things like what is constantly on your mind is coming out in these dreams. Ruminations is a good way to put it. Yeah. What you're, so you seem to be, so if we were to do just a brief analysis, that it's not going to be anywhere near accurate because I got to do a deep dive, but the idea of being unable to speak seems iconic of an inability to communicate effectively, to make yourself be heard by other people. And that's not just vibrating the eardrum sound here, I hear you, but I understand you. Does that, if that resonates with you, we might be onto something, but it's always based on whether that makes sense.
Yeah, so I you're saying that in my dreams, the reason I can't hear, well, it's not just I don't hear speech, I don't hear any audio. Like I get horrifying pictures at night, but like words or like sounds that like my ears would process doesn't like make sense.
Yeah, that's not
those
uncommon. We
always
don't.
there?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just wondering, like, did you have the terrors before the rubber cement, or like maybe later?
It's possible.
I don't remember anything before probably
The rubber cement?
sophomore year of high school,
Oh,
or very little.
Yeah, most people I would say don't remember dreams from early childhood.
I don't remember like I don't remember like anything almost.
huh.
I remember one.
You
I remember
suppressed
one.
I don't have
from
like
early
memory.
childhood.
Thought patrol, unacknowledged interests. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of theories about dreams. Freud said they were all necessarily sexual, which to him, it was life force. It was the animating energy of life, which we express through procreation, et cetera, et cetera. So it wasn't just sex. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, as he said. But then Jung expanded on that and said, no, it's broader. It's the entire collective unconscious.
You were smoking a
Human
cigar in your
experience.
dream? Well, guess what, bucko? You're gay.
You like the dicks.
Yeah,
Sometimes-
Benjamin,
Yeah.
Benjamin, but now that you're here as well, just could you give us a little summary of what you think, where you stand on the whole thing? I mean, you were in chat while we were talking. about it.
Yeah. I don't know that I've got my thoughts dialed in exactly on like usually you put me on the spot and I'm like, I got nothing. Fuck. I'm a deep thinker, but a long thinker, like a little steep curve of like, finally I have an opinion,
Yeah.
but being on the spot. I've always liked Jordan Peterson. Here's one thing I think about is that he's only human and he's often thinking out loud. And that means necessarily some of the things he says are going to be wrong or phrased poorly. And the degree to which he waits longer between expressing his thoughts, he's going to have more clear, coherent thoughts. But sometimes the process of getting there is saying a whole bunch of wrong things and going, now I got it. This is what I really meant. And then to watch that process, someone looks like an idiot babbling until they finally say something coherent, which like me.
Yeah.
So,
I do that all the time.
yeah. So I think
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
we watch that live and we think he's supposed to be better than this. I mean, he was polished
Yeah.
when he came out, and now
He
he's
was.
struggling. I think he always
Yeah.
struggled. We just found him at a point where he had something to say because he thought about it long enough and said enough stupid things. He says the fool is the precursor to the savior. You got to be the idiot before you can be the wise one. That's my broader opinion on him. So
Nah, I've always been pretty wise. Well, I mean,
Right?
as far back as I can remember. So
Since a child.
I don't remember being a child, but I do remember being a junior in high school, and I was pretty wise then.
compared to other kids, probably, right? Some of them seem pretty dumb.
Yeah, they're
Some
I
of us
do
are-
want you to be in a therapy session, and I want to be on the fly on the wall.
What, me?
The way
There
that
you
your
go.
dreams
What,
have
me?
manifested, that's incredible.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you just set up a laptop.
everyone in the chat is making
right?
me very.
And you'll just
I didn't know I was.
scream.
I knew it was weird, but not in this way.
Yeah, you're fucked
No,
up.
I think we're all fucked up. That's what we're here for.
You know,
We're doing a thing
Apparently,
with that.
no memories is common for PTSD/depression/ personality disorders / NPCs.
I am
Thanks,
very
thanks, Lady
depressed, and
Cameron.
I do have memories.
Yeah, I've got a personality disorder, kind of. So I've also, and I've got memories. So, but yes, I can see it must be some sort of correlation there.
I always get afraid to tell people what my dreams are because, like, you talk to somebody like I'm assuming Benjamin. I don't know you, but like I'm assuming you're Benjamin the Dream Wizard. You know some shit about dreams, and I'm always like,
A little bit.
I'm always like,
I'm working on
maybe
it.
I shouldn't tell people what I was dreaming about. Like, what if I have a dream like, I was at a barbecue with my dad. He keeps trying to make me eat hot dogs or something. Like, and it could be just a dream about a barbecue with my dad, but it
Yeah.
could also mean other shit.
Yeah.
I think
we
it's
need-
very telling what you dream about, and
It
I
is
try to look at
very
it all
personal.
the time because
I
I'm
dream of Genie.
No, you really you dream of.
Barbara Eden
But
was
we-
hot.
Okay, here's
Okay,
my
so,
by far my
wait.
most common dream. Are you ready? I'll tell you right now.
Sure.
All right, here
So
we go.
I'm in my bed. I wake up, and I feel something kind of slimy on like my calf, and I pull the sheets up, and there are 2 giant shrimp,
Mm.
like the size of dogs, shrimp in my bed. And I stand up on the bed, and I'm freaking out, and there are shrimp and lobsters and crabs everywhere,
Wow.
like
Did you
all
clean your
over my
room?
desk, and I'm standing there, and I'm surrounded.
which means you should wash your balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you say this is a recurring dream?
That's my most common dream. I think I probably have that twice a week at least.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. What I found about or discovered in my process of my research is that for recurring dreams, it seems like there's some problem you're trying to find a solution to, or some concept you're trying to understand, and you keep showing yourself the same images, because that ruminating idea, you're going through this loop of the information to go, what if I look at it this way? What if I look at it again? Am I going to get something out of it this time? How do I? And that what happens is if we can do an analysis of it and come to some kind of a reasonable understanding that actually makes sense and applies to your life, the dreams stop or they change. And that's kind of the proof in the pudding, is like, if we can get the dreams to stop because you finally get it and you don't need to ruminate on it anymore, or the dreams change. I had one guy, just a brief example. He had a dream where he was walking through a house as an ex-military guy and doing a reconnaissance. It was episode 12, I think.
I
And he
probably
would
would have felt better when I woke up. Thought Patrol is how I would have felt, because it wouldn't have been a night terror.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
And
No,
I was responding to the chat.
No, it's okay. We should. I ignore them, and then I'm trying to pay attention. It's too many things going on. Well, anyway, long story short, he would get to a point in his dream where these shadow creatures would block his forward progress. And if he tried to push past them, they would beat him up. And we analyzed it, and he actually got back to me later and said he went to them and he did not, almost like consciously in his dream, he did not try to push past them, and they were friendly, and he spoke with them. And he got the sense that they were there to protect him. They were beating him up to stop his progress because he wasn't ready to deal with the material that was going to come next, and he had to deal with something else first in his personal life. That was, I mean, I get all verklempt when people tell me I had a positive impact like that, and their dreams change. So, anyway, long
Wow,
story
that
short,
is cool.
Yeah,
No, that's what's great. What's great about dreams.
Right.
And also why
I'm
therapy,
not.
it's important.
I'll tell you what. I have a very, when we were talking about moral foundations earlier, my highest moral foundation is purity. Purity, degradation is that the foundation?
and the slimy, nasty bugs
mhm.
crawling all over you, then infesting your environment. Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
connected.
it's the only thing that overtakes my liberty moral foundation is purity, and I am very disgusted by bugs.
Yeah. For sure. That is definitely telling you something. There's something all around you that is potentially dirty, nasty. It's in your bed, the most vulnerable place you can possibly be when you're asleep. The bed can also be connected, not always, but very frequently to sexual issues possibly, but it's more about, it's the place where you go to sleep and anything can happen to you when you're unconscious. So it's kind of the most intimate of vulnerable places, that kind of thing.
I think I might have it. Hold on.
Okay.
I think I got it. I'm no dream expert. I might know almost as much as Benjamin knows.
We're crowdsourcing it here. Let's do it.
So
I like it.
I think just from experiencing you today with it, and then knowing about the shellfish dream.
Blessed by the great lobster.
Yeah, I think. Well,
hold on.
Before, but
Hold on.
Let him finish. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Let's go back to what I'm trying to say.
I'll mute everybody else.
It's because you're seeing all these crabs and shrimp because you're shellfish.
Dreams are
That's
dreams.
bad.
No, you got a point there. Dreams are big on puns because puns are the symbolic
Like the jumbo shrimp.
Mixing of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a selfishness type. Are you selfish in bed? Maybe. I mean, that's
Clearly.
very specific.
Hey!
Very specific
shellfish
interpretation.
in bed.
Right.
There we go.
You're shellfish in bed with yourself.
I did want to mention, based on what Patrick said, is that the dreams are often very personal, and I make the so to anyone out there who's thinking of talking to me, I don't just record and put it up and say, fuck you. You talk to me, I own it.
Lucy,
I
that's not true.
I make a promise before I speak with anyone and we talk afterwards. I will not release any dream interpretation you feel is too personal. I will edit it down if you want me to take out content. I respect there's two reasons for that. Number one, it's the ethical right thing to do. Consent. You tell me do not release this. I don't do it. I don't have anyone sign a release. I don't do that stuff. Part two is you have to feel comfortable enough to go anywhere. Free association with the dream, or we don't get good answers. So you got to know when you're talking to me, nobody will ever see this if you don't want it released on the internet. So far, I've never had anyone ask me not to release an episode, but if they did, it's a promise. I don't break. So. But long story short, dreams are very personal. Yeah.
Here's a short one. Here's a short one. I was a kid.
Sure.
Right? I was a kid. And I was in my neighborhood. And I was a member of the X-Men. And then
as you are,
big T-Rex was chasing me, and I turned into a plastic bag and floated away.
Wow.
Which X-Men did that?
And could you hear the wind? Could you hear things? Do you remember there being like an audio component to your dreams?
I don't remember. Maybe this was like
interesting.
30 years ago.
So we got little arms with the T-Rex. You're an X-Man. Don't want to be a man anymore.
There you go.
That's one way to go with it.
And then you have to wrap it up with the bag.
Bye, Thought Patrol.
Out of curiosity, were you in a leather outfit?
Mm.
I
was not. I was actually. I believe I was just in my
leather
regular
outfit right now?
clothes.
He was Jean Grey.
Later, Jose.
Well, he was talking about.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead. People like questions. They were.
Yes, but what were your thoughts about that?
Well, you said this happened about 30 years ago. So this, you were dreaming of yourself at that age, when you were that age.
Yes.
Okay.
I was. As far as I know, I generally dream in third person. I don't dream in first person.
You see yourself over your shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty common too.
And,
not always, but yeah.
Yeah.
Is it yourself or
so,
avatar?
I remember. I remember myself being like age appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was the age I was when I was dreaming.
Yeah. That's
and
that's one thing we try to tease out is, okay, so is this a dream you had yesterday about when you were a kid? No, this is a dream you had when you were a kid and you were your own age at the time. It was just, this is me.
Indeed. Yeah.
And you're an X-Man. So you have, there's something special about you. You're unique or different. You have a power. Any idea what that power was? Did it come to you? Like what made you?
The ability to change.
It was the ability to change.
Ooh.
Interesting. Yeah. And there was a danger. There was, how did you feel when the T-Rex was coming after you? I could take this, or I need to get the hell out.
I need to get the hell out of there.
Okay.
Oh, thought maybe
so
you
you-
had it in the bag.
Sorry.
More puns.
Great. Good one.
Go ahead, Kitty.
No, I was. People are just asking if it costs to get an analysis from you.
To do an episode, no. But I do have. We can work out something if you want it to be entirely private. I don't charge to do to make content. That's not fair. Like I'm just gonna cost you money, and then I'm gonna double dip.
Yeah.
But yeah, no private stuff. People want to keep it private. They don't not comfortable being on camera. We'll work something out. You can message me on the Discord.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm on all kinds of social media. I mean,
Yeah, I got a link tree. Look, I'm gonna make sure that you just. I mean, I've already linked to your channel before, so I can go and get it. But
Yeah.
I would just want
You can
a
always
profile
comment
picture from
video.
you. Whatever picture you would like to be in the thumbnail, that would be nice as well.
Yeah.
The real question should be, what will it
Um,
cost you not to reach out to find out about it?
There you go.
But
there you go.
you know what,
Um,
I got one too though. I got a dream. I just remembered it. It was it was right around the time I quit drinking, and it was reoccurring. So I was on like a boardwalk, and there was a rackety old shack, and I broke my way into this broken down door, and when I got inside, there was a multitude of doors, all looked kind of the same, and the lights would come on and turn back off. And at the same time, the room was full of tortoises walking around, but they had arms in the front, like that they could reach up and grab my leg or grab my arm. And no matter what I did, I couldn't, if I hit them, it didn't do anything. And if I tried to run, I couldn't run. And that was the worst reoccurring dream I've ever had. It was terrifying. I know it sounds silly, but it was terrifying, and it was all
No, yeah.
No,
right
it has
around
the
the time.
terror in it.
It was
Doesn't
so
matter.
scary because the lights would go down, and then as lights would come back up, I'd see the tortoises moving a little bit close. It was like a Five Nights at Freddy kind of
yeah.
Right.
and
right.
That sounds very similar to the lobster dream.
yeah,
The shrimp
yeah,
dream.
it's weird shit too.
You've been
I
surrounded
probably
by,
just
like,
revealed that all kinds of fucked up shit about myself.
No.
But I'm sure it had something to do with getting sober at the time.
Quite possibly. Definitely, it's going to be related to almost always what you're going through currently in your life. It's almost always temporal in that way. Even if it relates to something in the past, it's like it's because what you're going through relates to that thing in the past. Oh, it's the same experience, or it reminds you of someone else. So we got multiple elements there. We got the kind of story arc of the dream: boardwalk, shack, multiple doors, an impeding obstacle in the shape of an encroaching slow, but a menacing slow type of animal thing that's actually got the ability to grab you. There's a boogeyman dream, a classic, typical boogeyman dream of being chased by something and unable to escape or unable to run away, lacking the strength in your legs or that kind of thing. It's a very classic presentation. So I'm going to assume by your accent you probably live near the boardwalk. I mean, that's a local cultural phenomenon in your area.
Yeah, I'm a Jersey guy, so we're by the Jersey Shore.
There you go. That's kind of where I was going with that. So you've set it in a local environment you've probably been to in a way. And at first I thought you were going to say that the pier or the boardwalk itself was rickety, but it's the shack that's there. So this is kind of representation of a building that is run down. It's dilapidated.
It was on the water, elevated with the like beams. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, like at the end of a pier type of thing.
And I remember that it was an issue that if I didn't get out before these things grabbed me and made me stay there, that it was going to fall apart around me.
Yeah, there she goes. Well, I'm jumping to some conclusions here, and we'd do it better if we're doing it personally. But I'm thinking the shack itself might be a bit of your self concept. You're not in the best shape of your life, and not just physically, but not in the best place, not the best mental state. That kind of thing. And now you go inside of this thing, and you've got multiple doors, and that's usually like options. I don't want to say that, but
I
in
mean,
this context, it reads to me as I've got so many places I could go, but I've got this shit blocking my path, whatever this is. So then we would want to dial into what is the tortoise? What are these impediments that are blocking me from choosing a path forward and allowing me to exit out through one of these multiple doors? I can't even make a decision. The choices are all in front of me, but I can't get to them. So there might be some,
and it's so
go ahead.
important that it's those are tortoises. Like
got to be something connected with that. Yeah.
Your brain gave you tortoise, not
Yeah,
like
versus
a
something else.
lizard
Which is
or-
strange
yeah.
because they're land. It's a land animal, and it was at the sea.
But so
Yeah.
they were very much tortoises.
They were out
so
of
it's like
place.
you
They
knew
were
that
not-
It wasn't,
they were
they
not
don't
what-
have flippers.
They got those
Yeah.
the big
Yeah.
leg dinosaur legs.
Ah.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Huge,
Lucy-
live for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Lucy is pointing out that dreams are terrifying in the moment, like what we're sharing with the shrimp and the tortoises, but we saying them out loud
They
and
sound
It
ridiculous.
sounds ridiculous. Yeah.
being intimidated by a
No,
bunch of
but-
shrimp or a bunch of tortoises sounds very silly.
Yeah.
So is it
Yeah.
that everyone has these things that they shouldn't be scared of that they are scared of, and in your dreams those things that are triggering something in you manifest and they seem more terrifying than they really are in the moment?
Definitely what we would consider not a threat in real life might appear to us in a dream as a threatening creature, but the fear we feel is very real because what the object
Mhm.
represents is we regard it
Is
as a real
the-
threat.
Yes,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
even if it seems absurd that a tortoise would be a threat, they're legitimately blocking your path forward, and they have the ability to hold you in place. You're stuck in this room with this problem, whatever it is, and you can't get to all these options that are right in front of you. Look, the door's right there. I just can't get to it. So maybe
All of the
speaking to a
feeling
frustration
really.
of your healing process
Yeah.
with the alcohol issues, it seems related. I mean, and always, if I say something and you're like, I don't know about that. Fuck it. I was wrong. I'm throwing out ideas. But if it resonates, you go, whoa, you feel it right here. Then we're on to something. That's what I do with people. And none of these answers are in me. I'm not a prophet. I don't hear spirits. I don't talk to God. Just a guy throwing out crazy ideas. And sometimes the spaghetti sticks to the wall, and then we run with it. We go, okay, that makes sense to you. Let's focus on that.
Fix me.
So
Does everyone
so
Fix
is
me.
every
I was just gonna say is that a reoccurring theme in my dreams is flight.
Oh,
Not as an animal, but just in my own body.
Yeah.
that's great.
How do you experience it?
Are your wings leathery?
I think Vincent said the same
No,
thing.
I
Okay.
don't have wings. No, have you ever seen The Boy Who Can Fly?
Yes.
Sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
Like that. Yeah. Where it's like you can float. It's not it's kind of like Superman, but not high speed.
Gotcha. Okay. How do you feel when you're flying? I mean, you're terrified, out of control, or
It's a positive experience.
Okay.
It's like a
Mm.
fairy.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better at asking people how they feel about these experiences instead of trying to jump straight into the symbol interpretation. So it's good. This is good practice.
Teeth falling out is common.
Also common. Yeah.
That's
Alright.
never
And
happened.
flying dreams also very common. There's actually, I'll show one of my books. I think it's book 6 of the ABC series. Studies in Dreams, written by a gal in 1901, I want to say 1921. Sorry. Anyway, and she had recurrent dreams of being able to fly, and she talked about it. And it was basically experiments in lucid dreaming back
I love
100 years ago. Yeah.
Has
yeah.
everybody here
Yeah, I
had a
have-
lucid
Okay, but
dream?
here's one thing that is the through line here is that being threatened by out of place wildlife or nature, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the
That does
tortoise
seem to
is
be
chasing you
another
on to
thing.
appear, the crustaceans appearing in your bedroom. What was
T-Rex.
the T-Rex? Yeah, totally out of place.
Yeah, I just talked to a guy recently. It was last week's episode. He was in a suburban setting and he got attacked by a Bigfoot. So yeah, another representation of like an overwhelming problem finding you where it's not supposed to be. You know. Yeah.
The
This
Bigfoot was
is
named
so-
Dolores.
Hydra, hop on right
His
now and
wife's
have his
name.
dreams analyzed. Hydra says he
Well,
wants his dreams analyzed.
Yo, guys, we have 10 minutes left. This is very Jungian.
Yeah,
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 I also like it, Lady Cameron. That was actually one of the things that made me very excited about Jung is all the symbolism.
Yeah, please,
Cameron
everybody
did
reach
all
out.
the-
We will do
Yeah.
episodes for
Right.
weeks. I love making content. Yeah, I'll talk to every one of
Yeah.
you. No,
Real
no one's off the
quick,
The
table.
Thinker's Arc.
Sorry, Cat
yeah,
True.
real quick. I just wanted to say or ask, what are your thoughts on split brain syndrome?
Are we talking Phineas Gage
Fatal.
style, where the corpus callosum gets severed, or is it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a broad topic. I mean, I haven't brushed up on him in
it's
a
just
while.
that, you
Yeah.
know,
what's the
well,
concept
no,
as
it's
you
just-
understand it?
Well, that essentially there's like, whether or not that, basically you have like two people in you and they work together, and your conscious mind is connected to one of those, and you're more aware of what that person is doing, more or less. And
Okay, so not
there's
actually
the-
severing physical corpus callosum. That's the different split brain. I think what
Yeah.
you're describing is
Well,
dual personality.
No,
That was an
no.
older
I do
concept,
mean
too.
the split brain, because
Okay.
the point is that when that is split, I mean, because that's what it is. I envision this like always being present in everyone. It's just that those two people work together all the time, and you're just not aware of the other person because our brains aren't split. But when they are split, we find that there is this people can fight with each other, fight with themselves when they
Is there a
like.
CGP Grey video on this?
Yeah, there
Okay.
is.
It's
Oh,
out of
maybe I should watch
familiar.
that. Yeah.
Okay, here's okay. You just made me scared again because here's my thing. I know that there's something happening in my head, but it's not like the way other people describe thinking. So now I'm scared that there's a second person inside of me who's actually doing the thinking, and that person is sending the thoughts to me, and I'm
Yeah.
verbalizing them, but I'm not actually thinking, so I don't know where the thoughts come from. And the
You're
dreams
just a
are
tulpa.
and the dreams are actually my other self who's feeling powerless inside of me. Oh, I'm very scared. now.
Wow.
There's a lot of
That's
metaphysical ways to
scary.
think about this.
Oh my God. You have to speak to Benjamin. Okay.
And is this person
I'd love
like
to. Yeah.
and is this person like is this just like a thought process that I don't know is going on, Andrew? Is that how it's described, or is it like literally like a second consciousness who's seeing out of my eyes?
Sort of like, so what
but doesn't
they
wanna
found
exist?
is that like, what they found is that like a person can like go through and they're like choosing outfits for the day, and one hand that is connected to the thinking person will be choosing one outfit, and then the other hand will come and do other actions that aren't connected to what the thinking person is saying to do with their body.
Scratching your balls.
So that it's like that
Yeah,
other
but-
person was like, no, you don't want this, you want something else.
This might relate.
And so
Go ahead.
yeah, and so then like so then the two hands, one hand is connected to the thinking person, and the other hand is like making other decisions. And so then like also in when they like, okay, so they like they've done experiments where they have different, like they divide the vision or whatever, right? And so like one hand will do something related to a task, and then when it enters into the other side of the vision, they'll like ask the person about it, and they will come up with a completely different story in relation to that item, because
Alien hand syndrome. Made me think.
your brain acts in many ways as a kind of like a justification system for past experiences. It needs to order reality in a certain way. So if it's not aware of certain events, it will make up a history for it. And so one hand could be doing something that is unaware of
Underwear.
well, yeah, like so in essence, that other person could be doing something, and then when the thinking the you that's hearing this, the thinking person becomes aware of it, they will come up with a history. They'll make a justification for what that other person was
I've heard
doing.
this somewhere
Yeah.
before.
This relates to I go
other
up
you.
layers sometimes, and so a lot of psychology is philosophical. It is theoretical. It's like explanatory frameworks. We think this is how it works. So there was a bit of a division in the late 1800s. I mean, they're all trying to figure this stuff out. There's huge revolutions in understanding and medicalizing psychology, etc. At that time, leading up to Freud.
It's science.
Science, yes. It's
try and
science
make it science.
It's equally science and metaphysics. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's it's an art and a science. But long story short, there was a now abandoned theory of the dual personality, two people inside us. In a way, but maybe old things become new again. So what we settled on was the theory of the subconscious, where that's where we get subconscious actions, that there's some underlying thought process that's going on that we aren't always consciously aware of, and then we act out subconsciously, and then as you're saying, sometimes we tell ourselves story. Well, why did you do that? Let me try and make sense of that, because sometimes we don't know and we're trying to figure it out. And that's kind of where I was getting to with my personal theory of dreams, that may not be original, but the idea that we always have this stream of consciousness going on, that's our subconscious. That's just, here's one unending train of associations that all link together, and our brain wanders it's what we access while we're awake when we go daydreaming. We let our fantasy mind take over. Even though we're kind of conscious, we surrender that directed attention. I hope that's answering the question. Fuck. Come on,
guys, there's so much that I want all of you. So we're just
What are you talking about, Benjamin?
I'm of two minds on the
What kind
topic.
of shit was that?
Right?
Okay. He's on. That was very good.
That must have been the other you talking.
Yeah, my subconscious took over. Fuck it.
Did you hear what Catalyst said? Said he's of two minds on the subject. So,
absolutely.
They both like puns.
Guys,
I'm gonna
we
go have an
really
existential
just need
crisis when the stream
to.
is over.
If we're just gonna all just raid Benjamin's.
Oh,
DMs,
thank you, Mike.
basically.
I already
have a new.
subbed.
You know what I'll do right now? I have a new episode dropping tonight, live premiere at 5 p.m. I should have said that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna.
Excellent.
5 p.m.
Well,
Pacific
well,
time.
yeah.
It's
Well,
actually
Kitty won't be
great
there.
discussion on artificial intelligence before we jump into the dream. So it's good stuff.
Wow.
Sweet.
Okay, so
All right,
Rhonda, here is
I'll
the
have to
link
catch it.
in the
I'll be
chat.
at work, so
I'll be
Yeah.
there.
You can do a big thinkers arc that we just all share, like our most horrifying experience.
Yes,
of being faced by, like,
Absolutely.
thinkers too. Yeah, I've got dreams as well that I and oh god, just the also the way that we would talk about the use of God, I was EMDR. Have you gone into EMDR before? It's,
EMDR.
the
yes, go and look it up.
rapid eye movement, isn't it?
Yeah, but you basically, it's kind of like a hypnosis sort of thing, therapy wise. So yeah, but look, there's a lot to go through. We need a whole episode as well. I would just be exploiting you though. I would feel like I'm exploiting you. So let's just go. Everybody gets their own stream.
I hate it when I can't remember what an acronym means, but I have heard of that. I just couldn't tell you. Off the top of my head.
Movement something. Rapid eye movement. Anyway.
Something desensitization.
I hate that.
But
And
yeah,
what they do with that-
yes,
okay,
desensitization.
I do remember just briefly on it. It's it's a process by which they say dwell on triggering thoughts and do this exercise, and it actually reduces your sensitivity to the panic response. Yeah,
It's eye
you
movement
break it down.
desensitization and reprocessing.
Yes, reprocessing. That's the thing. It is very meditative in that you have to go. You find key moments that would actually. It's so very related to dreams because you go to memories and you have to be as open-minded as you can be, and that it feels like you are accessing that part of your brain that because the symbolism that started to come in for me when I had that in therapy, it was incredible. So yeah, the way that relates to dreams is crazy. But guys, I'm gonna have to take away from the seriousness, and we're going to memes because that's how we end the stream.
Meme review.
I want to be the other person inside of Andrew.
Love it.
Can we arrange that?
Feline, leathery, yes.
Gay.
So yeah, that was Nico. Feline, leathery yet. That's very clever because it's feline. But we don't kink shame. That's just funny.
feeling. It's a play.
Daily Wire, Twitter. Oh, God.
No, thank you.
Match all the buttons. That's button matching.
Daily Wire, Twitter. And this is what happens when you bother children skateboarding. I think, see Paffy, you can say this for us.
Oh my God, that reminds me of my dream.
Oh shit.
My status now, bucko.
Terrible.
I love that one.
Gotcha.
That's the best picture ever.
Ooh, that one's hurt.
Nothing but good faith.
Is this? Are we supposed to watch this, or is this?
Yeah,
just...
that's where the eating hands comes from.
Oh, eating hands. Okay.
Actually, episode 5 was the baby hands one.
There is a dead human in our.
Oh, hey! How did he get here?
Oh, what did you do?
I didn't do this.
Explain what happened.
I've never seen him before in my life.
Buffering.
Why did you kill this person, Carl?
Maybe it'll come.
Oh, my dog wants it. I'll be right back.
All right, he's gone. Let's talk shit about him.
Come on.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it either.
You have to pull back.
Carl.
You gotta pull back.
Carl, there is a dead
Hey, nobody
human
can
in
hear.
our house.
Nobody can hear
Hey,
it.
yo,
Nobody
I didn't
can
know that.
hear.
That is my least favorite thing to
Okay.
do.
Hey!
Wow.
Oh,
Can't
you
even
see,
pick up
Pappy
the
can do the
audio.
whole thing. He's doing all the audio.
It doesn't matter. All you need to know is that why does he have hands? Oh, I got the rumblies, the kind that only hands can satisfy.
Oh.
Hold on.
I don't know what's happened, but
Not
there's
edit
no
name,
audio
that's not
coming
what I
from
wanna
this.
do, yeah.
It was coming from it, but now it's not.
It looks like you're.
Did you change the setting or something?
Why does Nico say sorry, C. Pappy? What is he sorry for?
I think just in
You
general.
sabotaged the audio.
Yeah.
Oh, that I think.
Or
Your
sorry for your
NPC
lobster.
status.
Oh,
You know,
Just
I want to
sorry for
mention
you.
Shinigandi says that
he's
that
sorry
yeah.
about the
EMDR
lobster.
says
He's
it's
sorry
supposed
for
to help
reminding me.
people with serious PTSD from sexual assault. It does. It does. Yeah.
What does?
I know they
Oh,
also
that
do it for
EMDR
soldiers.
therapy. Yeah.
The lobster.
It's
They're
good for
coming
anything,
for me.
really. It really
I
is
can
good for
feel
anything.
it.
I would recommend it for anyone.
Just do shrooms.
Any foundational memory things. No,
Yeah.
seriously, just do shrooms is I'm also on that end because the reason that would work is that your brain is processing.
I'll tell you right now, it's like
Um,
years of therapy. I take that shit every
Yeah.
once in a while, and I literally, like, you know, some people are like, I don't want to freak out. I don't want to think about that. I'm like, think about everything awful, because I
Yeah,
want
the
my
reset
brain
button
to
good every
just,
once in a while.
yeah, I want my brain to just look at everything in full detail, so I could just,
See
yeah,
it
because
all.
it's all normal. It's all just
That's
hiding in
cool.
there all the time. I want to know. I'm too fucked up to figure it out on my
But-
own during the week.
Do
Thing
it,
to
do-
do.
Tell
do it.
me,
See,
Carl,
if I-
exactly
can you
what you were
guys hear?
doing before I got home.
All right.
hear it.
Well, I was upstairs.
Okay.
I was
Carl.
Oh, I can't.
sitting in my radio,
Go on.
and well, I walked.
Okay.
So I went up to him,
Yes.
and I stabbed him 37
I'm
times in the
glad you
chest.
guys can hear.
Oh, that kills people.
Oh. I didn't know that.
How could you not know that?
Yeah, I'm in the
My bad.
wrong here. I suck. What's that?
His hands. Why are they missing?
Well, I kind of cooked them up
I'll
and
just
ate them.
watch this afterwards by myself. I'm sure it'll be
Oh.
great.
Well, I was hungry, and well, you know, when you crave hands, that's
Why on earth would you do that?
I was hungry.
Oh.
Only hands would
Oh,
satisfy.
is
What
Steve-
is wrong with you,
Alvin the only one
Carl?
that's
Well,
watching?
I
Or is
kill
everyone-
people, and
Maybe
I think
just
it's funny.
It's actually funny.
It is pretty ridiculous. Why do I feel like these llamas are Canadians? I don't know why.
Carl.
They just feel
Hey, was
Canadian.
that a
to
shot
me.
at me?
Yeah, yeah. No, they definitely give off a Canadian vibe.
That's all I'm saying. Just the vibe. Nothing wrong with that. Not that all Canadians are cannibals. Most of them.
You making fun of me?
Nilo,
North Canadian?
That's pretty much
Nihilo,
American.
technically, any group stream is
Right.
a circle jerk, and
Mm.
I'm sure some of us would land up kissing, if
Yeah, we do it baby. We
I-
do it baby
you know,
elephant style here.
so-
Don't fuck around.
some of
Well,
us,
Was it
some
the
of
penny
us
of the
are in
water is cold?
monogamous
I wouldn't mind if you
relationships. So
Yeah, some of us.
I got dibs on Patrick.
Nah,
Take what
Patrick's already got
Take what I
dibs.
can get.
Just because he's
All
the
right.
only one you can see besides
swing-
me, and nobody
we
wants to
swing.
make out with the beard.
Yeah, we got the best looking people on camera. You gotta,
Yes.
Oh, and the kitty.
presentation side up.
Okay, ladies and gentleherds, it's been a good time.
4.5 hours. Jesus.
Yeah.
Only
It's
3.5
a normal
for me.
Normal stream.
Yeah.
We like
It's
to
a
talk.
normal stream time.
Like to
Mhm.
talk.
We like to talk. We like to talk.
talk.
Yeah.
We have coffee and we talk.
It's been good
Oh my
times.
god,
Pat.
I love it.
Thank you for
We have
having me. I
Diet Cokes
appreciate
and
it.
we talk.
Yeah, thanks for
like cool.
coming
Yeah.
along, Ben. Everybody, thank you for coming along. It's time for us. And yes, Jab, thank you for joining us earlier. I know that you had issues, but we appreciate you. We appreciate you very much so. We join us for the next circle jerk. Nihilo, please.
I feel like I could convince the tortoises to fight the shrimp.
You know what? I would love to know if
That might
any of you
happen.
guys have different dreams tonight after discussing it.
Yeah.
I'll
For
write it
sure.
down. We'll write them down separately, and then we'll
Mhm.
post them at the same time. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. If you
here's
want to
another-
remember your dreams, write them down. Yeah.
Tell
There's
somebody-
no way. Now that I've talked about it, there's no way I don't have the shrimp dream tonight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, we can have another section of the Discord dream section.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dream-
that could
dream
be
diary.
that could be what the silence is that the other person inside of you is just not being heard.
I'm feeling more in
Ooh.
control
Shut
now.
up, Andrew. I'm
Sure.
not trying to
Yeah.
like freak out tonight.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
shame.
sniff some rubber cement.
Yeah, go and do
That'll
that.
help.
Just get some shrooms and you'll be fine.
I'll hook
Can
you
you?
up.
ima-
No, but yeah, you
Dream-
should hear.
Crawl right up in that
Your,
bed.
But
Alright, so,
I'll do
You're,
that.
it's going. It's
oh, wait, I think
premiering in an hour, basically.
yes.
All right.
So wait, let's
Wait, what?
go. Sorry, as per
DreamWizard.
panel shows, you're supposed to go around and say what's going on. So we know, Benjamin, your premiere is soon.
Yeah, I've got a new episode of my Dreamscapes dream interpretation interviews premiering tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific. So in 4 hours from now, basically.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cool.
I've got the link in the chat again.
Thank you much.
Okay.
And 3x3 Nilo, I didn't mean to ignore your dream. I can't read all the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's trying to
Contact
converse
me.
with the
Let's do an episode. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we are going to review it here. No, I'm kidding. We'll just watch it and comment. Gray, what's happening? You've got some exciting things happening with you and Vince tomorrow.
Vincent Martin and I are having a little debate tomorrow. So that should be fun. It's fantasy versus sci-fi, which is better.
Fantasy.
Obviously.
Yes.
Strong opinions.
It's
yeah.
just a fantasy.
You've got Fish and Adam both
It's
against you,
not
though.
the real thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know, they're allowed to be wrong. That's okay. They haven't
As
heard my
Sitch so
argument
often
yet.
is very confidently wrong.
But yeah, if you get a chance, please check that out tomorrow. It's a little late, so if not, check it on either mine or Vincent's channel.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then tomorrow
Yeah.
I have a stream I'm doing on fairy stories is the essay. It was
Yes.
done by
Mm.
J.R.R. Tolkien in 1938, where he goes over some really cool topics on what are fairy stories, and their distinctions and their goals, and what they are, what they are not, and also how some really cool topics like how what is it? Logic isn't the enemy of fantasy. In fact, it best succeeds when internal logic is internal consistency is maintained.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's exactly
That-
right.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this video.
Like, why in the world would somebody set on freeing the innocent in their entire lives suddenly burn an entire city to the ground in the 8th season? It makes no sense.
There were reasons.
Yeah.
There's
There
some-
weren't.
Optimus Cactus, you are not on social media? Are you
I am not on
Ooh.
social media.
at the moment? So there's nothing to plug at the moment.
I mean, once in a blue moon, I upload a Fallout 76 camp video onto my YouTube channel, Optimus Dorcas. Name might change at some point in the future, but no, nothing particularly special upcoming. But getting to be here was a highlight, and I am so grateful. I hope I contributed in a positive.
You did very much so. Thank you, and sorry for always interrupting you. Just did it now.
Good.
But I will also just link to your channel in any case, just so we can keep up with you. Patrick.
Hi.
Is unchanneled yet.
Yeah, I'm on the Twitter.
Yes, comfy pants on. No, I'm kidding.
If anybody wants to be my friend, I'm glad to talk to you.
What's your handle there? I'll follow you.
Patrick LESTRAN 4. I'll throw it in the.
Yeah, throw your links around.
But I just subbed to you there, Benjamin. So I'll.
Much.
I'll check you out later, and I'll do that. But I won't have anything super intelligent to offer to your chat. I'm just gonna bring it out right now.
He's just so much fun, and
I'm insightful.
I'll
I'm
take
just
all
not
the views.
educated. But I always love being here. It's like my family away from my family.
Yeah.
It's like the family I like.
Tortoise plushies.
Catru, will this be a longer stream, or it's because it's a Friday? Or is it just?
It may be. I haven't decided on exactly how long. I'm still working out the script for it, but because I don't want to just go over from beginning to end. I mean, an uninterrupted reading of the essay is 2 hours. So I would be adding my usual length of time is times 4 to whatever I do. So like generally like 15 minutes gets me an hour, generally speaking. Sometimes I can get if I don't have much to say, I can get that down to times 2, but still so that'd be somewhere between 4 to 8 hours, and I just don't have that much time. So not to mention the way he phrases things is also very it's old-fashioned, right? It feels like, and poetic, which works very well for him, but doesn't necessarily lend well to teaching somebody or going over the ideas directly, a direct response.
Well, so, I like the way that you did the moral stuff, the moral like the morality, because that is also dense language, and then you would say this is what they're saying, like it was a nice interpretation, that like literally interpretation is in like here is it in English again. I will have a I do have a very well read
a few months ago, and I got to tell you, I wish I would have read it when I was like in grade school. It was like,
that's funny enough. Funny enough. That's when I read The Hobbit, was in like 4th grade. I loved Tolkien as a child, or ever since I was a child, rather. And no, it's really cool because what is it? On Fairy Stories, he wrote and did before he did Lord of the Rings, and somebody he was talking all about what fairy stories are, what they're not, and how great they are, and this sort of thing. And then people were like, "Oh yeah, well, put your money where your mouth is."
Whoa!
Hey. Sorry, they are not always cute.
They were trying to tell Andrew to
guys,
wrap it up.
Oh my gosh, guys, Andrew is seven subscribers away from 100. So you guys just
subscribe to Cat Drew.
All right, I'll get my other 4 personalities right on that.
There you go. So
whoever that Calvin Patrick guy is, I'll get him to subscribe.
So he yeah, they were like, put your money where your mouth is. He's like, okay. And then he wrote Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
like-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like-
he's like, okay, proof and concept. Here's Lord of the Rings. This is why.
There's a puppy.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll bring him up too. This is
That-
peanut.
Yeah.
This is peanut butter.
Aw.
Is that a puppy in your pants? Are you happy to see us?
Oh, hi. Oh my gosh, I just want all the animals.
Say
Yeah,
hi, peanut
I
butter.
always thought Lord of the Rings had too many token characters.
Oh. Okay, guys, I do need to go to bed. Yes, go.
I think
please-
open bars.
Sweet dreams.
Yeah, open bar is on probably now. Just for me this weekend, Carl and I are going to be playing Monster Hunter Rise, so that's going to happen. And so that'll be on Twitch. I'll say so in the Discord when I'm doing it. And then on Sunday we've got 2 streams that are happening because we are doing Rosales' stream, and then later on we are doing a 1776 stream.
Okay.
Miss 1776. We are doing a stream about all girls stream. Sorry for you, havers of penises.
I identify as a girl.
Not
Done.
allowed. We're gonna be
Whoa.
discussing our favorite Disney villain, superheroines and villains.
Well,
Villainous.
as long as you're not discussing how to drive, I'm tuning in.
There you go.
So yeah, well, that's what I'm doing this weekend, as well as IRL things.
Elsa is considered a villain, right?
Mm.
Yeah, she's
She is the Snow Queen.
yeah.
Speaking of
Love
fairy
that
tale
movie.
stories. Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlehoods, I'm going to end stream here. Thank you
No watch
everybody
party?
for having. Oh
We'll do that
shit!
next
Yeah,
week?
God.
No,
I
it's
think
fine,
we might
it's
have
fine.
to do that next week. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
there'll be time because I've also got to see IRL friends this week.
Yeah.
Weekend.
Do I get
No
to plug
worries.
something?
No.
Oh,
Wrap it
yeah,
up.
dude. Oh, duh! See, Peppy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You.
Skip right over him.
Oh my God, I did. I'm so sorry because he's actually
NPCs
got
don't
stuff
know.
as well.
Fucking redhead
He's
stepchild
got
over
2
here.
things to plug. 2 things to plug. Go.
I'll
go
plug
sit
them
there.
next week.
No, you'll plug them now.
I'm gonna plug you
No, I don't
next
think I
week,
will.
buddy.
I feel like passed over already.
Yeah.
Don't pout.
Well, I mean, I'll plug them for you.
All right, fine. You can follow C Paffy. I do Dungeons and Dragons. Act 2 finished a few months ago. Act 3 will start up whenever I'm good and ready to start it up. And
Right
I do a
on.
Which will be next
I do a
week.
podcast that comes out about bi-monthly every Sunday at 8:30 Eastern, where we talk about where me and Ice Ice J, the number 3 Celtic Heroes YouTuber on the platform, discuss like
Wow.
movies and stuff.
Mm.
And we should be talking about the
It
Dungeons and
is
Dragons.
called-
So is that twice a month or is that every other month?
Yes.
Just hold on. It's. I'll get the links just now while you guys are here still.
Also, yes.
But yes. So yes. Late for dinner is the name of the podcast.
Late for supper.
Sorry. Same thing. No, I'm kidding. No, sorry about that. I'm so sorry, Calvin. I'm really
Let's
sorry.
see, covering the Iron Giant 1 month ago. So yeah, it looks like about once every 2 months we do a podcast.
Yeah. Copy.
So
Alright.
Benjamin,
When you
have
guys
you
can-
I gotta
considered
go.
upgrading to a custom keyboard?
All right.
I gotta go.
Yes.
Thank you
Okay,
for
bye,
having me.
Patrick.
Bye, guys.
Oh, who's
Bye,
good?
guys.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I like
Excuse
having
me.
things for a long time and making them last. So I mean, I've probably had this keyboard for 10 years or more. I don't know. What's the benefit of changing my keyboard?
Clickety clackety.
And
One.
Andrew gets to
One.
tell you.
Yeah, no. Okay, so there's lots of benefits. One is that with custom keyboards, there are better software support for certain ones, not all of them, but better custom support for mapping your keyboard keys and creating macros and such. That would probably be the biggest selling
You can
point
make-
for
have-
utility.
And the cute thing.
But then there's also just you get a lot of utility out of or not utility, but a lot of
Joy.
creature comforts over the profile of the keys, because there's lots of different and how your fingers feel on them can affect your typing.
I'm gonna go Google how to make
there's
clips of
also-
someone else's YouTube video so I can clip out, because I feel like I had a bunch of good moments.
Yeah. And then
You can download the
did.
whole video.
You
there's
some
also
gold.
like different switches. Different switches will give you a different
Different sounds.
not only just sounds, but like they feel different. Like my
All right, thank you. I'm
like
leaving. Bye.
right now I have my Alice plugged
Bye,
in.
Bye.
Bye. I got my Alice
Okay.
plugged in, and I have I've got tactile switches in it,
Okay.
and they have it's this kind of like pressure bump, right? So when you type on it, like it springs back a little bit. So
More rebound. Gotcha.
Mm.
yeah.
Interesting.
So like
And you
the-
lube
the
it
feel- yes,
as well.
They're lubed. They're
I
all
think
lubed.
you're laying out a lot of really good, reasonable benefits. I think I'm a bit of a basic bitch when it comes to
Right.
technological stuff. Like, because the keyboard works for me, I just until it literally dies and won't turn on again, I'll probably never replace it.
Right,
Honestly,
right.
that's just me.
Well,
But
well,
when I
when-
do,
when you do
maybe I'll look
replace
for
it-
something better. Yeah.
right. When you do replace it, the advantage again also is that with a custom keyboard, I can break any of my keyboards down to the bare bone parts, to the PCB board and such, and I can replace anything in there. If something isn't
Okay.
working, I can replace. Like I had
But you
I had one key that wasn't working, and I broke down the keyboard, found out what part wasn't working. I replaced that part, and I put it back together. So I didn't have to ditch the entire board just to get that thing working again.
Okay. Gotcha.
With a
Optimus
memory
lift.
with a memory board, with a memory keyboard that you got there, it's kind of almost like basically all in one. In the sense that like you can't change the keycaps, you can't change the membrane inside of it necessarily.
Yeah.
It's all
What do you mean?
kind of
What do you
like
mean by memory board?
membrane.
Membrane
There's
board.
like a silicone membrane.
Okay,
in
well, guys,
between-
I'm just gonna. You
Gotcha.
guys can continue with the call. I'm ending.